Under California law, what is the minimum age to purchase a handgun? A. 18. B. 30. C. 25. D. 21. Answer: D. California law requires individuals to be at least 21 years old to purchase a handgun from a licensed dealer to ensure legal and responsible ownership. Which firearm must be registered with the California Department of Justice? A. Antique rifles. B. Assault weapons as defined by state law. C. BB guns. D. Air rifles. Answer: B. California requires registration of assault weapons to enforce safety regulations and track ownership in compliance with state law. How long is the mandatory waiting period for purchasing a firearm in California? A. 24 hours. B. 3 days. C. 10 days. D. 30 days. Answer: C. California imposes a 10-day waiting period to allow background checks and provide a cooling-off period to prevent impulsive acts of violence. Which of the following is considered a prohibited person under California gun laws? A. A 22-year-old college student. B. A person convicted of a felony. C. A licensed security officer. D. A veteran. Answer: B. Felons are prohibited from possessing firearms under California law to reduce risks of crime and enhance public safety. Where is it illegal to carry a loaded firearm in California? A. In your home. B. At shooting ranges. C. On private property you own. D. In a vehicle without a locked container. Answer: D. California law requires firearms to be transported unloaded and in a locked container in vehicles to prevent accidents and unauthorized access. What is the safest way to store a firearm at home with children present? A. Loaded in a drawer. B. Unloaded in a locked safe. C. Leaning against a wall. D. In a backpack. Answer: B. Keeping firearms unloaded in a locked container prevents accidental use by children and reduces the risk of theft. A person wants to sell a firearm privately in California. What must they do? A. Sell directly without checks. B. Post it online without record. C. Hand over the firearm immediately. D. Conduct the transfer through a licensed dealer with background check. Answer: D. California law requires private sales to go through a licensed dealer to perform background checks and maintain records of ownership transfer. Which of the following is a legal way to carry a concealed firearm in California? A. Anywhere if over 21. B. With a valid concealed carry permit. C. On a public bus. D. Without documentation if it's a revolver. Answer: B. A California concealed carry permit is mandatory to carry a concealed firearm legally, ensuring training and background verification. What must a buyer present to purchase a firearm from a licensed dealer in California? A. Social media ID. B. Birth certificate. C. Driver's license only. D. Valid government-issued photo ID and proof of residency. Answer: D. Identification and residency proof ensure compliance with California laws and verify the buyer's legal eligibility. What is the legal definition of an assault weapon in California? A. Any firearm with a magazine. B. Specific rifles, pistols, or shotguns with certain features defined by law. C. Firearms purchased outside California. D. Any firearm over 30 inches in length. Answer: B. California defines assault weapons by specific features such as detachable magazines, pistol grips, or folding stocks. How long must a firearm be retained by a licensed dealer after a private sale transfer? A. 24 hours. B. 5 days. C. 10 days. D. 30 days. Answer: C. Dealers must retain firearms for a 10-day waiting period and background check before transferring ownership to ensure compliance with safety laws. What is the primary purpose of a Firearm Safety Certificate, FSC? A. To allow unrestricted firearm ownership. B. To certify the holder has passed a safety and legal knowledge test. C. To exempt the holder from background checks. D. To purchase ammunition only. Answer: B. The FSC demonstrates knowledge of California firearm safety laws, safe handling, and storage practices. Under California law, where is it illegal to discharge a firearm? A. Shooting ranges. B. Private property in rural areas. C. Within city limits without permission. D. Designated hunting areas. Answer: C. Discharging firearms in city limits without legal authorization is prohibited to prevent injury, property damage, and noise hazards. Which of the following is required when transporting a loaded firearm in a vehicle? A. No requirement if the owner is licensed. B. Must be in a locked container separate from the ammunition. C. Place on the passenger seat. D. Hold in hand while driving. Answer: B. California law mandates transporting firearms unloaded and secured in a locked container separate from ammunition for safety. A person refuses to submit to a background check when attempting to purchase a firearm. What happens? A. They can purchase anyway. B. The purchase is denied by law. C. They may be fined but still allowed. D. They can complete purchase online. Answer: B. California requires all firearm purchasers to complete a background check. Refusal legally prevents purchase. How long does a firearm buyer have to return a firearm after failing the background check? A. 24 hours. B. 30 days. C. 10 days. D. Immediately upon notification. Answer: D. Upon failing a background check, the firearm cannot be possessed and must be returned immediately to comply with legal restrictions. Which type of ammunition is restricted for civilian use in California? A. Standard .22 LR. B. Hollow point ammunition in public places. C. Shotgun shells. D. Air rifle pellets. Answer: B. Hollow point ammunition is restricted in certain circumstances to limit lethal potential and ensure public safety. Which of the following is considered a safe practice when cleaning a firearm? A. Firearm loaded with chambered round. B. Cleaning while children are nearby. C. Pointing at mirror to check. D. Unloaded firearm with action open and pointed in safe direction. Answer: D. Ensuring the firearm is unloaded and pointed safely prevents accidental discharge and injury during maintenance. When must a firearm be reported stolen in California? A. Only if insurance is involved. B. Immediately to local law enforcement. C. At the end of the month. D. When attempting to sell. Answer: B. Immediate reporting of stolen firearms helps prevent illegal use and ensures law enforcement intervention. What is the maximum magazine capacity generally allowed under California law? A. 10 rounds. B. 15 rounds. C. 20 rounds. D. 30 rounds. Answer: A. California limits magazine capacity to 10 rounds to reduce risk of mass shooting incidents. When is it legal for someone under 21 to possess a firearm in California? A. Only with parental supervision for hunting or target shooting. B. Anywhere. C. For self-defense in home. D. For collecting only. Answer A. Minors may possess firearms under supervision for legal activities such as hunting, sport shooting, or educational purposes. What is required before a person may carry a concealed handgun in California? A. Any valid ID. B. Completion of firearm safety training and issuance of a concealed carry permit. C. Owning a home. D. Being over 18. Answer B. California requires training and a permit to ensure concealed carry is responsible and informed. Which factor disqualifies a person from obtaining a firearm under California law? A. Owning other property. B. Being employed full-time. C. Having a valid driver's license. D. History of domestic violence misdemeanor conviction. Answer D. Individuals with domestic violence convictions are prohibited to protect potential victims and public safety. When storing a firearm at home, which is the safest practice? A. Loaded on a nightstand. B. Unloaded and locked in a safe with ammunition stored separately. C. Hidden in a drawer. D. On top of a closet. Answer B. Separate, locked storage of firearm and ammunition prevents unauthorized access and accidental discharge. A firearm is found in a public place unattended. What should a responsible person do? A. Pick it up and take it home. B. Leave it and continue walking. C. Notify law enforcement immediately. D. Attempt to identify owner themselves. Answer C. Unattended firearms pose immediate danger. Law enforcement is trained to secure and investigate safely. Which of the following is considered safe firearm handling practice? A. Keep finger on trigger at all times. B. Point firearm in a safe direction at all times. C. Pass a loaded firearm to someone casually. D. Test fire indoors without precautions. Answer B. Always pointing a firearm safely prevents accidental discharge and ensures safety for oneself and others. Which is a prohibited method of firearm storage in California? A. Unloaded in a locked cabinet. B. Loaded under the bed without locking. C. Stored in a locked container. D. Using a trigger lock. Answer B. Loaded firearms stored unsecured pose high risk to children or unauthorized individuals and violate legal safety standards. How often must a firearm owner complete the California Firearm Safety Certificate test? A. Every 1 year. B. Every 5 years. C. Only once for lifetime. D. Every 10 years. Answer C. The FSC is generally a one-time certification demonstrating safe handling knowledge. Renewal is not typically required. Which is a correct response to a firearm misfire during target practice? A. Immediately look down the barrel. B. Keep pointing downrange, wait 30 seconds, then safely clear the chamber. C. Throw the firearm. D. Disassemble immediately without precautions. Answer B. Waiting prevents accidental discharge if a delayed ignition occurs. Safe clearing avoids injury. Which of the following is considered a prohibited location for carrying a firearm in California? A. Private residence. B. State or federal government buildings. C. Licensed shooting range. D. Hunting grounds. Answer B. Firearms are prohibited in government buildings to ensure public safety and comply with legal restrictions.